even when we're talking about this, because you remember, this police have always said they're always a solution and a big problem to themselves as well. Because what's his name? Martin Lawrence. Rest in peace to you.
One thing,
but you seen the guy that,
man, because his dad has fought vigorously, and even now,
the mom and dad, man,
even now to this day, he's still fighting for certain things.
Yeah, because you seen the I seen the mom, because you know
did one of the guys get released?
That's exactly where I'm. No, he didn't get released. Right. He's been pushing for a release, but what they said to you know what they're saying is they're saying that he didn't name the actual person who caused the actual crime, and he's like, hey, if I did say who it was, do you know how much that is not safe for my family, basically. I'm like, oh man, because I think that's what the guy said. Yeah. That's what's been recorded anyway, has been said. Whatever it goes on, I'm clearly not in that area, but I was just looking at it. I was like, because the mom actually was present in court, and I was looking. I was like, man, because this happened in 1992 or 93, and till today, the story has no answers to answer exactly what took place in itself. But only one of them is still in prison. One of them passed away. And the guy is still in prison. He was supposed to be in, but he's clearly, I don't think they will give him what he was looking for. And at the same time, he was just looking and thinking, so you guys cause all this chaos, not knowing that this thing will come back and bite you like it would. But the fact that guy said, listen, I can't start talking in about it or putting anybody else in there because my family is in, it's going to be in problems. And it's like, oh man, now you're fucked. Now you're totally fucked, because you're gonna remain in prison until you can actually say what this situation is gonna be. Oh boy, because
sometimes people say that to get out of it as well.
This is it.
Make it look like they're not cooperating. So it's a smart play on that person's part, because then they're not going to be a snitch. And
bro, let me say something.
But then the feds think that they want to cooperate. So
you know the interesting thing is, this snitching thing, where do you see it? Where did it come from?
For me, it started in the playground, man. Like,
no, the term snitching, where did it come from?
Snitching, streets, no?
So you think it's the streets?
I don't know. I'm just saying where I heard it from.
No, yeah, you've heard it from the streets, but where do you think the influence of that word snitching came from?
I don't know. You can tell me.
It's the US.
What do you mean by that?
America is who always used to say no snitching. And then, as per usual, if it happens in the US, it will transform to this side, and also people will start walking around saying snitching, because it used to be called grass. That's the England.
Yeah,
you can't be a grass. You can't be a grass. You can't be a grass. But as soon as it comes in,
they had super grasses.
Exactly. So snitching came in from the US.
But it's the same thing. You mean the terminology? The
terminology. That's what I'm talking about, the terminology of snitching, because snitching was never a part of English vocabulary.
Oh, you mean the word?
Not no. Because the act of it is grassing.
That's what I thought you were talking about, the act.
No. The terminology of it, yeah. It comes from the US, snitching.
Yeah, of course.
But because in the UK, grassing can't be a grass. You can't, it's a grass, he's a grass, blah, blah, blah. But snitching it became into the vocabulary comes in. It's like, boom. It's just the same thing as the 5-0. When people call 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Where does that come from?
Yeah, that's the US.
US as well. It's quite interesting when you look at it. You're thinking, hold up. So everything is coming in from that particular part of the world. Interesting enough, it is. But anyway, I don't want to digress.
I think the culture with criminality and stuff is so big in the US, isn't it?
Italians. Man, those guys, man.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, just the level of organization that they had. Like, they ran their stuff like
they ran a riot.
Companies.
Oh yes.
When you look at how much they made, like in the peak with the Italian mafia, because they set the precedents, didn't they? There were other mafias out there. Don't get me wrong, but they were like the first one to kind of establish the hierarchy and structure and basically get it done.
Those guys,
they took over at a certain point.
The East Coast was theirs, man.
So just looking at how they ran it, it just makes you wonder. Like, there's things I've seen in my lifetime, and when I think about criminality, it's like you couldn't argue that a criminal to survive has to be more intelligent than, say, someone that's in the system and doesn't do crime.
Yeah. No.
They're not just fighting the law. They're also fighting people that don't want to see them do well as well.
Bro.
And they got to make sure they don't get caught. And they got to look after what they have.
And the interesting thing about it is, it's the least expected that will do the crime.
What was in was the level of ingenuity that they have to apply.
Abuse,
When they were the name that criminal that used to rob the Tanzania, Jimmy, something called another, the Irish American guy, and he's in Goodfellas. He's actual real. It's based on a real character.
Okay.
That was real. That actually happened. There's a real story. And when you look at the ingenuity of how they had to plan the robberies, the influence they had to do, like building relationships with people, it's all business, because you do that in the business world.
Of course.
So when I look at it and I compare it to the business world, it's the same ethos, but you've got to be double smart, because people are not meant to find out what you're doing. So it's interesting on that level.
Them guys are interesting, man. All in all, man,
but they are psychopaths.
they're bro. I don't know,
because he came from like typical story. He was in homes and things like that. Suffered abuse. So he learned not to trust anyone, even though they would kind of show him, "Oh yeah, this is your home, we love you," but then still abusing. So when you character in the film, he was really friendly with people, but then he would kill them in the blink of an eye. Because that was how he's grown up. People that supposedly had love for him were also doing stuff to him. So it's kind of molded him into that, and that's what I see with a lot of criminals, is that they're molded into certain environment.
They become a different,
and that's why they have the sociopath side of them.
Man, but you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know if you ever watched a documentary. Was it a documentary? But Cocaine Cowboys. You ever watched that?
Yeah.
Well, what's her name? Griselda Blanco. But she died off in prison, if I'm not wrong. Or she got released and then she died, I think, if I'm not wrong. Because she was the Black Widow. That's what they used to call her, because she used to assassinate her partners. She was like, yeah, just kill him. But when you look at some of those guys, you're thinking, this cocaine must have been a real business in the US market primarily.
That's what elevated the cartels, wasn't it? Was breaking through to the US. Whoever had that plug into the US, and because that's where the value comes.
I tell you,
because the opium and all of that, the resources that were abundant on that side of the border, but not so on the other side. So then the market value increases once you can put that product into across the waters. And again, it's basic business, supply and demand, isn't it? You supply where it's scalable, where it's harder to make, and you triple your. Because like if you look at money cost for, say, a key over there will probably be about 10 bags, and then you bring it over here and it's like immediately 25 to 30 bags. But if you know the plug, he'll cut you in.
Cocaine. Yeah, man. Escobar was the main guy though.
Yeah, he was.
And what's the other one that's in American prison now? That's the interesting thing, because that one, he definitely is
the one that used to dig.
Yeah, the Mexican one.
That's fun, because even
little shorty.
Yeah, even in I think the end of Pablo's story, you see him. He was just like a kid, like growing up at that point. Like when Escobar was finishing his reign, he was just growing, like starting as a young kid.
And you know what? An interesting thing is,
because he's the story partially.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Pablo Escobar, because Colombia, right? Colombia does not have hippos. If you're looking for a hippo, you need to go to the continent of Africa, isn't it? However, he went and bought some hippos and put them in his land. And what happened, as per usual, you leave them in one place, they reproduce, to a point that now they're thinking, should we just kill them all? And people are like, no, we have them here, we need them here, blah. And I'm thinking, you know what? The interesting thing, this guy bought these hippos as pets to have around in his property, because he couldn't afford it, because he had the money for it. But he's done this, and then it's causing because they're not native to the land, so they're also now causing problems in that area. The same thing as Florida. You know, Florida has a big problem with Burmese pythons. So I've been seeing a lot of guys who are, bro, I don't know how these guys do it. You know, I was saying the Burmese pythons in Florida are a big problem, bro. Have you seen how those guys are capturing those snakes?
With the tube?
No. The tube is the piranha. No, piranhas. Bloody hell. How did I come up with piranhas out there? Blood, that's weird. No, that is the cobra. The cobra. You watch that clip? No, that guy went in with the tube. But I've noticed a lot of those type of snakes, the cobras and all those really poisonous ones, when you put the tube in front of them, for some weird reason, they tend to just go straight in. And I'm thinking, is that like
the way they see?
It must be like that's a safe haven or something, because you see the way
they live and shit like that. Where does a snake live?
In the woods, in the bush and that.
But does it have a nest?
And I think they grow. They have it depends on which. Some of them are born, and then the Burmese pythons, they lay eggs, and then they cover around the eggs. So the guys I've been watching in Florida, because you know Florida, how they ended up with so many Burmese pythons is people were keeping them as pets. As per usual, you know the country we're talking about. People will tend to tell you, I'll do what I want to do. So they keep them, and then they realize after a while, they're like, yo, I can't handle that. No, so what they do, they end up chucking them inside the Everglades. So as they're chucking them, these are animals that don't have, just like the hippos, not animals native to that land. So they haven't got any other animals that will cause any havoc for them.
Oh yeah, so no other animal eats.
So they eat all the rest of that. Like those Burmese pythons, they eat all they can. So it's like, oh man, so where is it going? And then you can see the amount of eggs they're laying. But you got these guys who, like the swamp people. I don't know if you ever watched the swamp people. They normally hunt alligators in Louisiana, but they've been now going into Florida to do it as well. But even them, they're like, we need to get rid of these things because they're causing a problem now. Because they're eating every single animal they can get hold of. They're eating it. So there's no in-betweeners. So you can't say that, oh this animal is native to this land. By the time you turn around to say that an animal is native to the land, guess what? It's already been swallowed by a Burmese python. Burmese. But but the way those guys catch those snakes, I just look at them like, yo, because they have to go for the tail at the same time. To get the head, they have to get hold of the head. But they don't kill it immediately. Because obviously, as soon as they get hold of it, I think they will free anyway. And then they will cut it, and then they use the skin into leather of some sort. So a wallet.
Make boots.
Make boots. Go, give me my boots, all that stuff. Bro, but it's impressive. The guys that catch those snakes. Oh, wallets, belts, purses, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all that stuff will be waiting in line.